pedal off. I need a flight check plan, don't I? You know, like what pilots do before I start recording and things. Should have like a checklist. E-pedals off. D mode. Set equal to on. Reset trip control. I wonder how many different systems or how many checks I need. I'm going to draw one up, you know. I think I need it because I keep forgetting to reset things when I'm driving. So it's 11 degrees and I'm heading over to Glasgow and we're at 73%. I just want to see what the miles per kilowatt is when we get there and compare it to when it was winter, when it was cold. Got some sun out today. Outside temperature is 11 degrees. Inside cabin temperature today is 17.5. We have autopilot on. ProPilot active. I'm doing 65 and I'm getting overtaken by a learner. Good job. Must be doing something wrong. It's actually nice to be driving in the sun for a change. It's always cold, isn't it? Cold and windy. What did we get previously? 3.2 miles per kilowatt, I think it was. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can improve on that. We have a slight westerly headwind at 10 miles an hour. Well, that was rather embarrassing. I forgot to put my flaps down. Looks like I was right. I need a a flight check plan, don't I? Good thing this thing can accelerate pretty quickly. So that's going on the checklist. Flight check, flaps down. Right, where was I? I got totally distracted. So yeah, I was actually too busy before chatting to a nice couple that were charging their 30 kilowatt hour Leaf. It looked like a Tecna. I could be wrong. It's very nice actually. It was a very nice car. So they were charging on their CHAdeMO. So I basically gave them a CHAdeMO for them to charge, but they were actually just testing their card out because they applied the new credit card or the new debit card to the Charge Place Scotland card. So while they were doing that, I plugged in the AC Type 2 and basically it was charging just fine. And then all the talking, I forgot about my flaps. So the plan is I'm going to Glasgow now, and then tomorrow morning I'm off to Kilmarnock. So I'll be meeting up with a few EV owners. So we're just going to have a little chat. Because in Kilmarnock, at the charging point, they've got this new bin installed. So we're all going to go down there, have a good eyeful of this new bin. I might, you know what, I might actually get some food on the way to Kilmarnock and bless the altar bin with some rubbish. So I'm passing Livingston. The car's still within the eco band. And if we go back here, what are we? 2.9 miles per kilowatt. I don't think my 0 to 60 acceleration help with the range, but we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. It's just a nice little ride along. Nothing too serious. Not really doing any major tests on what the car's capable of. You all know it can get to Glasgow no problem. to Kilmarnock. It seems to be raining overnight, so I don't think the bin gods are happy with us. So good thing I've got some rubbish to feed the bin. So this route actually to Kilmarnock, back to the south side of Glasgow, someone asked me to see if this car could actually get to Kilmarnock and back to Silverburn in Glasgow, because he has a 24 kilowatt hour Leaf, and he has an issue where it would just make it. It's also because this is part of a side of a major hill mountain going down towards Kilmarnock, because most of the way back he doesn't have any issues going there. So actually maybe I shouldn't have fully charged and got some regen on the way down, because we are going downhill now. I remember my first Nissan Micra, bought it for 13,500 back in like 1995, I think it was. Paid through my nose every month for it, but they had this scheme where if you're a young driver you can buy this special insurance, and if you basically write your car off, you get the full amount of the car back. Yeah. Or they'll replace it like for like within the first 9 months. So within the first 3 weeks, it was like, I had it as the green, it was like a racing green Micro SR with all the sporty bits. It was sunny for quite a while, and then it started having light rain like this, and basically the oil, it must have been like oil on the surface, got lifted up from the rain, and as I was going round I felt the back end go. So like all good sort of like video game players, I decided that I could control it. So I managed to get the wheel and get it aligned again, and then I thought, oh yeah, great, and then it fishtailed the other way, and then I thought, right, pull it back. Failed again, and the car just went down the ditch, hit a tree, and basically there was an imprint on the actual windscreen. I was only doing maybe 30 miles an hour coming off the slip road anyway, because it was quite a sharp bend, that one. I can't remember where it was now. I think it was near the west end. Anyway, so yeah, so I crashed it in there, and then the police came along and said, "Were you wearing your seatbelt, sir?" And I was dazed, because basically everything was slow motion when it all happened. It was like cassette tapes flying along in slow motion, and basically the smell of the radiator, there was like a burning sort of smell to it. So I was thinking, this car's going to explode like in the movies. So I jumped out, and the police came, and they asked me, so did you have your seatbelt on? I said, yeah, I think so. And he goes, I don't think you have, because that imprint there, so it shows that you came off your seat and impact on top of the windshield, didn't have your seatbelt on. And I went, oh. And he's saying, actually, it's probably better that you didn't in this situation, because with a direct hit, your spine would have taken most of the absorption. So if I had a seatbelt on, I would have had a whiplash. But he never charged us for not having a seatbelt on. I suppose he didn't have proof, but he let me off lightly, because he probably felt sorry for me crashing my brand new car after 3 weeks. So yeah, so I suppose my point is, now a couple of years back I had a back operation because I had a bad back. So you know, it just makes you wonder if something that long ago would have an effect on your body into the future, like now. So there must be some sort of butterfly effect. Yeah, the dealer didn't seem that bothered, because I managed to get another car off them. I've never seen that sort of insurance for young drivers ever again, so it quite possibly have been my fault for... it was a silly scheme anyway. Why would you give insurance and guarantees like that to young drivers, it just makes them reckless. And remember kids, always wear your seatbelt. To tell you the truth, I think I would rather have whiplash than a back operation.
Hi!
Okay, so just to show everyone how many people are here today, we have about 11 cars. Lovely Tesla, we've got my Datsun, Leafs, a Hyundai, we've got a Renault and a Kia. So we've got a good range of cars. We've got some Leafs charging over here next to the new bin. Had a chat with everyone, all very friendly. I've just got some rubbish to feed the bin. Yeah, I've been telling everybody about the new bin over here. So this is the new bin in Kilmarnock next to the charging point. Yeah. Eat my friend. Actually, the charge points. So what sort of charge points have we got here? These are
7 kilowatt.
So are these all new, or they've
Yeah, that
been
one's
here
quite
for a while?
new, yeah. The Rapid was here first and then we put that one in.
So are these 7s?
22.
22?
kilowatt, yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've updated my rig here. I've got a new tripod. So I've sold the Manfrotto because it didn't have the right sort of head on it. It would basically, if I want to put a gimbal on it, it would actually hit the roof of the car. So that's not ideal. So I bought myself a Vanguard. So here it is. It's Vanguard something or other. It's carbon fibre. I'll put it on the description. So this is how it's set up now. So you've got the legs coming down here, the back, and the other one here. So it gives a nice steady set up rig. The head here actually comes out of this point and you basically be able to feed it down to the front. So I can actually have it forwards or backwards. So we come to the front of the car. I'll just close the door. You will see that it has this adjustable head. So I can have that sliding and I have it tilting backwards and forwards. So actually I can have this here at a lower angle. Previously the Manfrotto would be about here. So putting the gimbal on would mean it would hit the roof roughly about here. So that's not ideal. So now this is mounted on the Vanguard head. It's got a 3 pivot on it, 3 different axis pivot. Lovely grip, which is then mounted on a newer, it's got the make's called a newer gimbal. So that's the gimbal that it's attached to. Okay, so now on my phone, if I hit the button down here, it will switch the gimbal on and you'd see it swinging round towards me. Now all I need to do at this point is hit the little dial at the bottom. It's got a little D-pad and basically move up and down. And basically just adjust it to where I need it to go. This thing will always follow me or follow my direction, so even if it gets knocked around it will always come back. And then hopefully with that you get a nice smooth footage. So that's my setup. I'm going to hit the road now. It was really nice meeting everyone. Looks like the bin gods aren't happy again. It's starting to rain. Must need more bin juice. Okay, so we're at 84% on the battery, and the gasometer says I can do 125. Should make it back to Glasgow quite easily compared to the 24 kilowatt hour Leaf. So we'll see how much drainage of the battery we get going uphill this time. Right, so we're by Silverburn now, 3.5 mile per kilowatt, still at 69%, and we're up to 100 miles from when we started at the top of the hill. So hopefully that answers your question on if the new 40 kilowatt hour Leaf can make it from Silverburn to Kilmarnock and back in one trip. Seeing that the 24 had issues, it seems more than capable of doing it. Don't worry about me. I don't really need a charge. No, I'll be fine. You just go for it, mate. Yeah.
No, I'm nearly finished.
Are you nearly finished?
I've been for a walk and I'll come back.
All right.
So I'm good to...
No, I'm making a video anyway, so
I know, I've been watching you recently. Absolutely.
Thanks for watching.
I know.
So what's the sort of range you've been getting on this then?
Comfortably 100. It talks
Okay.
about 120 and so
Right.
on, 130, but I think comfortably 100. The idea that you would plan a 100-mile journey without a charge,
Yep.
and tolerate it telling you at 30 miles, okay, I'm now worried about you, and at 15
Yeah.
it's starting to switch heating off and power down and stuff like that,
Right.
and then 10 and then 5. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And worry about where the charger is and stuff.
Yeah, does it have a active cooling thermal management system?
After ChargeGate or whatever you call it, RapidGate, and your videos and others, I got the book out and had a look, and there's no mention of thermal management on the Golf.
Oh, right,
so I don't
okay.
know.
Right.
So I don't know, and I've never done multiple rapids before, so I haven't seen.
I think for most
how that might
people
work.
it'll be fine anyway, because most people don't normally do 300, 400 miles every day.
No,
so
exactly. Yeah, so it shouldn't bother anybody. I mean, whether Nissan fixed that on the 60 is the question, isn't it?
yeah, well, on the leaked brochures that did say active thermal management system on it, so I think we'll just have to wait and see, really. So just finishing charging up here after chatting to Ian and basically going over the figures. We have 10 degrees temperature outside, which is rather toasty for Scotland, and we had a tailwind of 13 miles an hour. So a couple of those together, the extra 5 degrees centigrade and the tailwind, I managed to get 4.2 miles per kilowatt hour today, which is actually really good compared to what I was getting previously in my first drive, which was 3.7, wasn't it? I think it's 3.7. So gaining 0.5 to basically 0.5 to 0.4 miles per kilowatt hour due to the increased temperature and tailwind. We can see that actually both these things actually play a part in how the battery or how the car performs. But I think it gives us a good indication of the car is going to perform really well in the summertime, because I was down to 40 odd % and we've done 85 miles. That's pretty good going, really, isn't it? And also we know that we've got reserve on the tank due to Leaf Spy. Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you for watching again, and if you like the video, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.